Hello everyone. Hi everyone.
Hi.
Cheryl Arkle.
Jane Tara.
Hi. Welcome to What Are You Reading? It's Thursday. It's 2:00. Welcome everybody. We have got a jam-packed session today,
Yeah,
haven't
it's
we?
big.
Well, we're celebrating. Welcome everybody. We need to talk about why we're not drinking champagne.
So we're actually celebrating with kombucha.
Right.
And I thought that was appropriate.
Mhm.
Firstly, because we're launching Better
Better
Reading
Reading
B,
Be
Better, the podcast, but also because you're unwell, so you don't need alcohol at the moment. And see, it's all tied into Better Reading B. So we're making a healthy choice today instead of our usual bubbles, which we can have next week.
Mhm. Okay.
Have a
All
little
right.
bit of kombucha.
Now, you all know that Jane's the boss, so I'll just drink whatever Jane gives me. We are launching Better Reading, Be Better.
Yes.
Can we have some artwork up there? Now, oh, wow. Jane has a podcast and it's called Be Better. And what is it, Jane?
Well, I talk to self-help authors, self-development authors who are in the wellness area about their books. And I talk specifically about the book, not about their background as such. I sort of really dig into the concepts and ideas of the book. So it's a really great 20-minute conversation about a book that, and it shows how a self-help book can actually help.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why we're not drinking champagne, apparently. This is why we're drinking. What are we drinking?
This is kombucha. Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
so
Shout out to kombucha.
This is a cheers to Jane and the new podcast.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, go and find it. It's wherever you get your podcasts from. It's on Apple, it's on our website, it's on Spotify, it's on all sorts of things. And if you want to listen to some woo-woo conversation, is that a general term, woo-woo?
It is a general term. However, I think there's a bit of a shift now because particularly, with these, I'm not doing angel cards as much as I like them. Our first podcast is Georgie Collinson, who did the anxiety reset method. And that one is already out. And she's an expert in, anxiety. It's a 12-week program on how to address high functioning anxiety, which so many people have.
Yeah.
And we were discussing this yesterday. So many young people suffer from anxiety. So a lot of the people I have on are experts in their field. These great books are now falling into the woo-woo area. And, I'm loving the conversations. It's great.
All right. Well, if you're interested in that, it's called Better Reading, Be Better. It's with our suite of podcasts. We've got quite a few now. Do we want to put up our suite?
It's so exciting. There it is.
So we've got that. I know. We've got Stories Behind the Story. We've got Be Better. We've got What Are You Reading? And we've got Book Chat with Caroline Overington. Oh my goodness, we are growing. All sponsored by Belinda Audio.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Super grateful.
Yeah.
They are the best. They are absolutely the best. Welcome everybody. What are you reading? Cheryl Arkle.
Jane Tara.
So much going on today. So much. Now, Kate says hi. Welcome back, ladies. Kylie says hi. Wendy says hi. Christine says hi. Danny. Wendy says, get better soon, Cheryl. Thank you. I have had this lingering cold now for about 10 days. Karen, cheers, ladies from Auckland.
Hello.
Fantastic. Thank you. Christine, love listening to your podcast, Jane. Yay! Thank you. Should we have a toast to that, to your podcast? Yeah. With our non-alcoholic beverage. Sandra says, hi, Cheryl and Jane. Carolyn says, hi, Cheryl and Jane. Love the sound of the new podcast. Should be great.
Yeah.
Now, there's a link to it right there that Dex has put up. Johan says, hello, beautiful. Oh, thank you.
Oh, Johan's been here before.
And Johan's been and Johan is deaf and he joins us. So very, very happy to have you here. Jane says hi, get well quickly, Cheryl. And she's just finished reading The Riverboat Point by Tricia Stringer and now reading Secret Lives by Diane Chamberlain, both great reads. And Johan is reading Wolfpack by Will Dean. Win, hi Win. She's reading Taken by Dunica McKenzie, and we love Dunica. Read it in 2 nights. Unputdownable. What a review. Thank you, Win. Natalie says, hi ladies, my favourite segment of the week. Oh, thank you, Natalie. We love it too. Alita says, congrats, Jane.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Kate said, I've just finished Dying to Know by Ray Carnes. Segue, just brilliant. Do we have a copy? No, we're going to put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
We don't have a copy. I recorded a podcast with her. If you want to know the most tenacious, is that a word?
Yes.
The most tenacious way to get published. I mean, Ray had so many barriers to publishing.
Yeah.
So many things happened in her life. Are we going to get that up there, Dex? Ray's book. There it is. I'm blind. I didn't see that. What was I saying? Yeah. So the podcast is about Ray's path to getting published, and it is an unbelievable story. You know, I've spoken to so many authors over the years, but this one is highly original on how she got there, and it says a lot about who she is.
Yeah.
And what for some authors, they just have to get the story out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, please listen to it. It's a great podcast. So thank you, Kate, for talking to us about that. Meryl, love the Wakes and love the podcast with Georgie C. Thank you. Natalie is reading New York Minute by Kate Spencer, enjoying it so far. What else have we got? Alita just finished Go as a River, beautifully written, highly recommend. Wendy is reading The Way It Is Now by Gary Disher, Terms of Inheritance by Michelle Upton, and The Greek Holiday by Maeve Haran.
Wendy, you've got to do with one of them.
Yeah, you keep going. Johan just finished his manuscript, which is called Dark Redwood. It's a lot complicated and compelling. Great. Julie, hi ladies, just finished Mad Honey. Oh my God, love that book. And just started The Torrent by Dunica McKenzie.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you know, in terms of a review, oh my God, love that book. That's enough.
Yeah,
Isn't that
absolutely.
enough? Yeah,
that's a
I'll take
right
that.
there.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Melissa is reading The Anniversary by Stephanie Bishop, a better reading preview. Sandra just finished The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. Now the Boy in the Picture by Nicole Trope. Julie, hi there, just finished and enjoyed Working Class Boy on audio. We love audio. Okay, what do we got? What are we reading?
I'm going to talk about Josephine Moon.
Oh, I love her.
So we all love her books. The Jam Queens was her last one. Always a lot of food involved in her books. Now, some of you may know this because you might follow her on social media, but Josephine was not called diagnosed, but she found out she was autistic or is autistic when she was 45. So in the last couple of years, and has been on this incredible journey, understanding her the way that she sees the world as a neurodiverse person. And so she has now written the book that she believes she was born to write, and it has neurodiverse autistic characters in it, a lot of rescue animals in it, which I love, and of course Josephine rescues animals as well, and it is all of her trademark delightful, characters and the way that she writes, it's there, but it's also something quite special based on the journey that she's gone on in the last couple of years. So it's The Wonderful Thing About Phoenix Rose, and it is just great. It's a great read.
No, that's a great review right there. Shall we talk about Candace Fox?
Yeah, we can always talk about Candace.
Don't we love her?
Yeah.
She is so lovely. I love it when she comes into the office.
Yeah.
It's a pitch perfect crime thriller set in LA from one of Australia's best crime writers.
Yeah.
Her and her husband lived in LA for a year. So in terms of getting sense of place right, she would know that. Love the cover. It's new. It's by Candace. You ran into her the other night.
I did at Lorraine Peck's launch. And what I loved about that was that Candace went to support Lorraine Peck at the launch of Lorraine's book, and it was the same day that was out.
Her own book was out.
Her own book was out.
I love the generosity of that. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Isn't it lovely when you love somebody and then you find out that they are actually a really good person?
Yeah.
Okay, Vanessa says hi to us and is reading Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney.
Yep.
Kylie reading The Orphans by Fiona McIntosh. Love it. Danny is reading A Radical Act of Free Magic by New Zealand writer
What
H.G. Parry.
Great title.
Yeah, it's a sequel to A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians. Both are retelling of the French Revolution and then Napoleon Bonaparte, only with magic.
Wow.
And she's loving the detail.
I
Thank
like
you.
it. I've never heard of those.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dan. Well, this is the point. What are you reading?
Yeah.
Tell us what you're
Yeah.
reading. We'll tell you what we're reading.
Yeah.
Okay, Kane says, afternoon, ladies, flying through Dark Angel by John Stanford. So I can start Fire with Fire by Candace Fox. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Love a segue, right?
Mm.
Okay, all right, what have you got? What else have you got there?
I've got After the Smoke Clears. It's Kylie Hayden. It's her latest thriller. She really sets herself up as one of the best Australian crime writers with this. There is, it's a teacher and her boyfriend, who is a mechanic. He's a man of very few words. He's very mysterious, charismatic. He gets a call to go home to his hometown and asks her to look after his son, but she follows along to find out the secrets of his past. But what's really interesting about this thriller crime is the chemistry between these two characters is off the charts. And I'm not talking like, you know, sex scenes or anything like that. It's just you really want this couple to make it, and you just don't know whether they should or not. So it's great. It's really well written.
Isn't it interesting with crime and the takes that you get when you're reading a book? Like, you know, you've got to get the characters right. You've got to get the sense of place right. You've got to get the plot right. I mean, there's a lot to, there's a lot to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. Faye says, take it easy with the kombucha.
I know.
Thank you, Faye.
I've got to drive after this. Yeah.
Has it got alcohol in it?
No.
No. Okay.
Although apparently it does.
Well, Faye knows something. I
It
think.
does ferment.
Right.
So there is a little bit of an alcoholic tinge to kombucha that you need to be, if you chug back sort of 4 glasses, you do actually need to be careful if you're going to be breathalyzed.
Okay. Well, I'm only having one, but thank you for the warning.
Yes.
Faye, and it's not usually my drinking choice. Currently reading Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby is what Faye's reading. Kerry just finished Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. Really enjoyed it. Melissa, hi Melissa. She's reading Still Life by Sarah Winman. Lovely. Rachel just finished and loved Sign for Home by Blair Fell. Amazing.
Never heard of Blair Fell.
Thank you. Christine is currently reading the London Seance Society. Absolutely loving it. A few people have loved that, haven't they?
Yeah, I think we've got it on the shelf, actually.
Rosalind says hi. Jill says, has anyone read A Decline in Profits? By Solari Gentile. I have not read that, but I love that woman's. Solari is absolutely gorgeous. I ran into her a couple of years ago. I went to a signing in a rural area somewhere, I can't remember. And she came to the event just as a reader, and she's so beautiful and gentle and lovely. And I think that comes across in her writing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm sure, Jill, somebody's read it, but we love her. She's great. Rachel, audio read by the author, 10 out of 10. Yeah, we all love that. Penny just finished The Running Club, loved it. Now reading Apartment 303. Okay, now I've got this book, The Prize. Beautiful. Isn't that just the most gorgeous cover?
It's a gorgeous cover.
It's a fictional retelling of a defining moment in Australia's art history. Really lovely book. And that's out now too. Oh, Nikki French. Wow. So they were in the office. Did they do What Are You Reading? Or?
I interviewed them.
Oh, you interviewed them. How fantastic. Yeah. Well, I recorded a podcast with them via
Don't you love them? Do you
I just really love them.
Like,
they're two characters. They're husband and wife.
Yeah.
And they write as Nikki French, who they say is a third person in their relationship. But you'll have to listen to the podcast, but I asked them how they met and how they came to be together as writers of one. And it was just the most beautiful love story. So anyway, go have a listen to the podcast. I'm not going to tell you any more. It was really beautiful. And that's the new book called The Favour.
I'm going to throw this one in. Cozy crime.
I love Amanda.
Amanda writes some really great older female characters.
She came to our Melbourne dinner, didn't she, a few years back? Did she? No. Okay.
No.
Cool.
No.
Mhm.
But she has been in The Office. So this
Oh,
is full of
right, okay.
scones, heart, adventure, and female friendships. And she does that very well. It's a great little cover too. I
Yeah.
like that a lot.
Well, you've
Yeah.
got me over the line with scones. Jenny, I like.
Scones are fabulous.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got me over the
Yeah.
line with that. Jenny says she's reading Taken by Dunica.
Yeah.
Rita says hi to us, about to start the midnight news after having finished The Housemaid, which has really sold and been talked about quite a bit, The Housemaid,
Yes.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Shall we talk about this
Sorry.
book? Just to let you know that the podcast is out, and it's Sally Colin James. Had a really wonderful conversation with her.
She was in a plane crash.
Mhm.
Like, because I listened to it after you recorded it, because you were like, you have to listen to this. Please go and listen to this podcast. It is.
She's so resilient.
Oh, it is.
Unbelievable.
I mean, she's amazing.
Do you know what
but
I thought?
wow.
When I spoke to her, she was just so profound,
Yeah.
and so articulate in the way she
Yeah.
described surviving the
Yeah.
plane incident. And I thought Jane would love it, but also I think Jane needs to interview her
Yeah.
on your podcast.
Yeah. She's very woo and very,
Yeah.
you know, spiritual, but that event made her that way, I feel. Yes.
So for those of you that have joined us now, the lovely Jane, and this is why we're drinking, we're celebrating.
Kombucha.
Yes. Not my drink of choice, I'll say. However, we're celebrating. What are we celebrating? Dex, are you going to put it up? Oh, there we go. Be Better with Jane Tara. That's a brand new podcast that's out now. And it's Jane talking to various authors about being better, being happy, being well, how to get well, so many subjects. So anyway, that's out now, and that's why we're
And the next one
drink.
that will be out tomorrow is Kindness by Kath Koshel, and I loved talking to Kath. What an amazing woman. What she's been through, and she's written a book about this journey, but also she created the Kindness Factory that's done millions of acts of kindness around the world. So
it's a lovely thing to say, Kindness Factory.
Yeah.
Rosalind is reading The Little Breton Bistro by Nina George, a lovely read. Annette, Someone We Know by Shari Lapina, and Cardinal of the Kremlin by Tom Clancy. There you go. Mary says hello to all of us, and Mary is reading The Gifted Son by Genevieve Gannon. Really enjoying it. Kylie's reading All the Ugly and Wonderful Things. Jenny didn't finish that text.
She pressed send. Before.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay, Taken by Jenica. Okay. Johan, have you read Summer of the Night by Dan Simons? I haven't. It was a long and non-stop excitement. I have seen it was horror that is similar to Stephen King, which I can't read Stephen King because I get so frightened. Yeah.
My father took me to see The Shining when I was 12, and I just can't do horror.
I can't even go past the first couple of scenes of that movie. I've never been able to. And same with the book. Mary, Fire with Fire, looks really good. Richard Feidler's book, The Roads and Kingdoms, so informative, Virginia says. Nolene says hi to us. Danny says, I must read the new Josephine Moon, having been on my own journey of being diagnosed with autism in my 50s.
Wow.
I feel like I have to read it. Oh, you must, Danny.
Must. And follow her on Instagram because she talks about this a lot in her own journey, and it's really fascinating.
Yeah. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, wow, she was in yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, what a body of work. So this is fantasy, adult fantasy. She is an amazing storyteller with an amazing story herself. She lives in London. She was in the office, was it yesterday or the day before? I mean, she's 31, and I think she's got 10 or 15 books behind her already.
She's got a big following on TikTok.
She wrote her first book at 19, was published, I think, at 20 or something like that. Super smart, went to Oxford as well. Anyway, this is her new book, and the podcast is coming soon. Now, Tamworth. Hey peeps, we're going to be traveling.
Is anyone from Tamworth? Tell us if you're living in Tamworth.
You are, and tell us if you can get there. It's called When Love Comes to Town.
Yeah.
What are the details, Jane?
Well, When Love Comes to Town, the link is going to be put in there. It is Thursday the 4th of May. We're going to be there. We're taking along some
We're
great,
getting the train.
Yeah, we're taking along some great rural romance authors.
Yes.
It's a night of, wine and games and lots of prizes and us, and it'll be fun. And let us know, are you in Tamworth, or if you know someone who
Or you can get
is,
to Tamworth.
yeah.
So there's going to be the authors. Who are the authors?
We've got Stella Quinn, we've got Penelope Janu, and we have
Rachel
Rachel Johns.
Johns.
Oh,
Wow,
Rachel,
Rachel
yeah,
Johns,
yeah.
right? Then there's going to be Jane and I. I'm going to be moderating the panel. Jane's going to be dancing and singing and
interpretive dancing. I'm working on it now.
Right, but
Yeah.
there's also going to be ABC Tamworth.
Yeah.
And Kirsty Reading's going to be
Yes.
there, who is wonderful. She, I think, does the morning show there,
Yeah.
and she's a great reader. So she's going to be there giving prizes. There'll be prizes.
Yeah.
There'll be snacks and there'll be wine. And
Yeah.
come if you can get there, come along, because I think it's going to be a great
Yeah,
fun.
it'll be a really fun night. So let us know if you're from Tamworth and if you've got your tickets.
Okay. Now, Alita says that she has read all of Gentile Solari's, what's her name? Solari Gentile's books, and fantastic series. Jill said that she loved The Prize.
Right.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's that book there.
Natalie loved The Prize.
Yeah, and Holly have just started The Fancies Kimlock. Patricia reading Untamed Shore by Sylvia Marina Garcia. Kylie did Amanda Wright, The Lovebirds. Yes. Yeah. Faye says, no pressure, Cheryl, but when will there be the next book chat with Carolyn?
Good.
So can I explain why?
Yes.
It's not Carolyn's fault. It's I have been so sick.
Yeah.
I think I have some kind of influenza. I didn't get COVID, but I got something and it was bloody awful. And I'm only just kind of, you probably can hear it in me, I'm only just up and about now. So we had two planned and then I had to cancel them. So when's the next one?
She's in next week. Next Wednesday too, so it'll come out Thursday.
It's I just love Carolyn so much, and we have fun. So we'll be back on soon. All my fault, but I'm feeling much better today.
And it is a great, for anyone who hasn't listened to it, go back and listen to the other book chat podcast, because these two love a natter, and it is so much fun.
We do love a natter, and we're friends, industry friends. We've known each other for a very long time. Jill Wright says Amanda Hampson is a great author. Thank you. And she says that in caps too, which we like. Okay, what else have we got?
That's Amanda Hampson's book.
Right, okay. Oh, Arbia shortlist. Now, I need to explain to everybody, if you were here last year, you'd know a little bit about the Arbias, but the Arbia are a bit like the something of film. Oscars. They're a bit
Globes,
like, Oscars, Golden Globes, but it's for the book industry, and Arbia stands for Australian Book Industry Awards, and they have a shortlist, and then they announce the winners that night. Well, Jane and I, are going to be interviewing people on the red carpet, authors as they come in on the night.
Yeah.
So you've got to join us. When is it?
So the 25th of May, it's a Thursday night. There won't be a What Are You Reading?
Yeah.
Thursday night, 25th of May, and more details are coming soon.
And I'm telling you, we are going to track down the big names. We're going to, lots of wonderful people coming. And if you go and have a look at the shortlist that's just been announced, there it is. We will be talking to Chris Hammer. We will be talking to Gary Disher. We'll be talking to Jane Harper. It's going to be so much fun. Okay, so that's happening. I mean, we've got such a busy year, haven't we?
Yeah, it's full on.
Full on, absolute full on. Okay, so that's the Arbia. We've talked about the Be Better podcast. We've talked about, I've got a list here. Oh, I want to talk about this book called Pools.
Yes.
Right, okay. It's called Pools from Above, and it's by a guy called Brad Walls. I might have talked about this before. The interiors are beautiful. They are just aerial photos of pools and stunning pools. Now, I'm sure most of you know that I'm a swimmer, and I've been swimming every day most of my life. And wherever I go in the world, I always find a swimming pool and do my laps. Now, somehow I found Brad on Instagram, and I was following him. I had no idea he was Australian. Not at all. I'm just following him, loving his work, commenting, whatever. Then he announces that he has a book coming out. So I think, I'm going to go and get myself a copy of that book. And when I'm flicking through the book, I see there are some pools in Sydney.
Hmm.
Some of the photographs are Sydney pools when there's Melbourne pools and pools, well, Australian pools really. And so, a couple of the ones I've swum in. And so we tracked him down, didn't we? And
Yeah.
we got him, and he lives locally. He's like 10 minutes up the
Yeah.
road from the office. So we got him into the office yesterday and we recorded a podcast with him, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
He's
so
really good.
talented.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
lovely guy. Anyway, that's coming soon. So what else have we got? Vivian's just finished Silas Marner and now reading the Whalebone Theatre. Kylie, in between books, not sure what to read next. Well, Kylie, you're at the right
Yeah.
place. If you want to know what to read next, just read the comments or rewatch this segment. Alona
We
says,
do have one more here, The Midnight
right.
News by Joe Baker. So
Right.
this is a mind-bending blend of psychological, historical fiction and thriller merged together, set in the London Blitz.
Wow, there you go.
So that's a good one.
That is a
Yeah.
good one. So Kylie, I'm sure you'll find something to read. Oh, next week, drum roll, next Thursday,
Oh,
top 100.
top 100. Launch
Top
of the top 100.
100. Yeah, so that's going to be
So
launched
these
next
will be
week.
real bubbles.
Yeah. Oh, we're allowed to have real bubbles
yes,
next week?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, you'll be better then.
yes, and I
Yeah,
will be
yeah,
better then. Alona says hello, and she's reading the London Seance Society by Sarah
A few
Penner.
people are mentioning that.
Yeah, they are. Wendy, very exciting to be read the Be Better podcast. We'll be following. Thank you, Wendy. Kylie, love a good book cover. Well, so do I.
Yeah.
Faye says more important to look after yourself. Thank you, Faye.
Mm.
Chris, currently reading the Chronicles of Kaya, book 3. Didn't think I'd like these books, but being fantasy, but I have loved them.
Great.
Kylie said she's read The Lovebirds. It was brilliant. And Helen is reading 11 Liars by Robert Gold. Okay. I mean, there's a few more comments, which I'll read later, but I think that's it for us. We're out of time, aren't we?
Yeah.
So the B podcast, find it, track it down. If you live in Tamworth, tell your friends, come see us. What's the day?
The Thursday, the 4th of May.
Thursday, the 4th of May. We're going to be there. We're getting the train. It's going to be great fun. And if you love our podcast, please don't forget to review them.
Yeah.
It really helps if you give them a star rating and a good review. That would be really, really fabulous for us. That's it for now. Cheers, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.